Number 12 from the Green Bay Packers still has it. He is in full control of this offense right now.
Aaron Rodgers has blown everybody on his way to this NFC Championship.
Oh, he's a bad man. Hey, a report from Green Bay on the way. Even though the Packers have the likely MVP, there's a weakness they got away with last week that could be exposed by the Bucs this week. We give you all the details. Welcome to NFL Live. That's Dan Orlovsky. You see Mina Kimes. You see Marcus Spears. Let's get right to our top story. Patrick Mahomes in concussion protocol after suffering an injury against the Browns. We're now 5 days away from the AFC Championship game featuring the Chiefs and Bills. All eyes on Mahomes and that availability. So Adam Schefter with us as well. What's the latest, Adam, on Mahomes' status?
Well, I'm told that Patrick Mahomes made some positive steps, some real good steps on Monday, but he remains in concussion protocol today. Now, he is expected to practice tomorrow, barring any setbacks. He still needs to go through the league's protocols and the various five-step process to get cleared to play in Sunday's conference championship game against the Buffalo Bills. And I think there's hope and there's optimism he will get there, but he is not there right now. Additionally, he is dealing with a foot injury. So there are a couple of issues here to monitor with Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think very many people think he won't play. That seems, again, a long shot, but he is in the concussion protocol, and that foot is injured, and they both bear watching this week.
Yeah, the foot is a really good point as well. A reminder of all the steps, by the way, that Mahomes has to go through to get back on the field. The NFL's return to participation protocol looks like this. Players must pass the following 5 steps, starting with light stretching and balance training. The player can then graduate to aerobic exercise, but must pass neurological and balance tests before moving on to step 3. Once a player has cleared all 5 steps through the team, he must still be separately cleared by an independent neurological consultant that is not affiliated with an NFL team. Keep an eye on that. Just how important is Patrick Mahomes' status for the Chiefs? You see the numbers right there. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, Kansas City with a 61% chance to win the AFC Championship if they have Mahomes. If Chad Henne gets a start, that number drops to just 32%. So, all the talk certainly about where Mahomes is in the concussion protocol. You just heard what Adam had to say about that. You have other concerns, though, about his health, and it has to do with the foot injury.
Yeah, I gotta think the Bills are keeping a close eye on that, whether he's practicing, because Patrick Mahomes will kill you whether he's inside the pocket or outside of it, but it's undeniable that his mobility is a huge part of his game. We saw that last year when he returned from the ankle injury. His production did suffer, in part because it was easier for defenses to play man coverage against him without the fear of him taking off or extending plays. Now, the assumption right now is that the Bills' defense will play Mahomes similarly to how they played him earlier in the season. A lot of soft zone, very little blitzing. But I wouldn't be surprised if Leslie Frazier tests that mobility early on. You might see him dial up the heat a bit more than expected, just to see, hey, how mobile is this guy really, and do we have to play zone the entire game?
Now, I want to take it from there. So let's play the game that he passes protocol and starts to practice tomorrow. Because Mina's point is spot on that you pay attention to what's going on in Kansas City if you're Buffalo. Passes protocol and he's going to practice tomorrow. Then I do think you play a similar scheme that you did in week 6 where Mina talked about that soft zone, make him work the ball downfield, and be patient. Now, let's say that they pay attention. He doesn't get on the practice field till Friday, whether it's protocol from the concussion or the toe. I absolutely think Leslie Frazier and that defense is like, we're going to light him up. And if I was Buffalo, I'd light him up off his left side. If you're a quarterback and you get pressure off your left, your natural instinct is to put your foot in the ground and push off going to your right. Test that toe to see how mobile it's going to be, to see how reactive it's going to be. I've done this toe twice. I could be candid, it stinks. The pain of it is absolutely awful. I'll play a little doctor here as well. 17 years graduate from UConn. The 2 things that they'll do or try to do to minimize it for Patrick is they'll take his cleat, probably could go a size bigger, and they'll put a steel plate in it to restrict the bending of the toe. That's what turf toe does. It hurts when you bend your toe. So stick a metal plate in there to restrict that, and then also tape it and shoot it. That will get him through the game. He'll be able to function. But I do think that practicing tomorrow is a great sign, both for the concussion and for the toe, that he's doing well.
He was obviously laboring with that foot in the game on over the weekend. Marcus, let's go to the other side of the ball. Kind of feels like shades of last season with this Kansas City defense really getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, first of all, let me address something before I get into my analysis. Number one, Mina Kimes, you see how Laura Rutledge and Dan did us by putting suit jackets on today? But I guess since we not in Bristol, they can do what they want to do. Y'all do look good.
What is the
but y'all
pattern
can
on
send
your
a memo
shirt?
saying we all gonna wear suit today.
What's the pattern?
This is like
Nice
this is
oatmeal.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Bone or
it's,
oatmeal, same thing.
It's a fly. It's such a fly situation. The second thing is, okay, let me address something y'all said. Leslie Frazier better not be thinking about that damn toe, because that arm is the problem, right? I like the mobility. I get all of that. I understand what it does for his game, but you better make sure somebody covering them aminos they got running down the field with that gunslinger in the back. All right, let me get the defense. Spags, great job, man. Phenomenal job by this Kansas City Chiefs defense, right? Like Mina talked about something yesterday that piqued my interest more than anything. The stars for the Kansas City Chiefs showed up.
Yeah.
But isn't that always the case? Like, that's why this team finds themselves in these situations. The biggest star on that defense is Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep.
Because he causes the most problems for opposing offensive coordinators when they're trying to figure out where will he be. I love Frank Clark. I like the way Chris Jones rushes in the middle of that field. But you have to know and have a beat on where 32 is at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, Spags gives him the freedom to roam.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you can go back and look at the Honey Badger at LSU. He did the same thing. This dude has been doing the same thing in defenses because they acknowledge his talent and they know he can take the ball away.
Yeah, he reminds, and this is, these are big words, Marcus, but he reminds me a little bit of Ed Reed. Where, like, you can't trust where he is on the football field. You can't trust that when he's in the wrong spot, you can burn him because he's there for a reason. And then, like, when they put him in the middle of the field in that Tampa 2 defense with 2 safeties wide, and they drop him down from the top, the reactions, the instincts, the vision that he gets to play with, it completely transforms their defense. You got to know where he is every single snap.
No
you know,
doubt.
guys, NFL Live on a Tuesday. We're just getting started. We've already talked toes, we've talked suit jackets and oatmeal. You never know what's coming your way. Hey, the Rams season has officially come to an end. Sean McVay didn't give a ringing endorsement of Jared Goff. Is it even possible Goff isn't in LA next season? We've got the answers. Plus, Aaron Rodgers and the Pack head back to Lambeau this week. A report from Green Bay is coming, and Mina has some thoughts about what makes this offense so terrifying. Stay with us on NFL Live. We'll be right back. Dan, your suit jacket is like fancier than mine.
On television, Marcus, grow up.